Let's be honest. Do you strive for excellence or are you secretly obsessed with being admired? Or somebody from your environment, do they set high standards for themselves or are they using perfectionism as a way to feel superior? And how can you tell if somebody's confidence is real or it's a mask for narcissism? Well, in this video, we are going to break down the key differences between perfectionism and narcissism, how they overlap, and of course, how to spot where you or someone in your life truly fall. And at the end, of course, I will guide you through a quick quiz in order to see if you lean towards perfectionism, healthy drive, or narcissistic tendencies. So keep watching. Hi, I'm Vassia, a psychologist and the founder of Anti-Loneliness, and I help high achievers, perfectionists, and people pleasers overcome burnout, self-doubt, and anxiety so that, of course, they can actually enjoy life and the success without feeling that they're constantly chasing something more. On the surface, perfectionists and narcissists, they seem very different, but they share more than you think. For example, what are some key similarities? They are afraid of failure. They're both afraid of failure. They both avoid mistakes, but the thing is that they avoid them for different reasons. Like perfectionists, they avoid mistakes because of this deep sense of shame that they have, that they are not going to be enough if they make a mistake. While narcissists, they avoid mistake because they are afraid of losing admiration. That's a different thing. They're really obsessed with image, both of them. They do care about how other people perceive them, how they see them. They have a very rigid thinking, the all or nothing mindset that we have talked about many times in previous videos, whether either they are perfect or a failure, either they are a winner or a loser, either they're good or bad. And also, they have this sense of self worth that is externalized. They're expecting to be validated based on their performance. There are studies that they show that both perfectionists and narcissists, they have heightened activity in an area of their brain that is called the brain's anterior cingulate cortex. It's an area in our brain that is linked to error detection and self-criticism. So this area is really very active in both perfectionists and narcissists. I mean, I bet you have also felt afraid of mistakes, right? Have you? Let me know in the comments. Now, what are the differences? Difference number one, the motivation behind it. We kind of mentioned that before. A perfectionist wants to avoid failure. A narcissist wants to avoid looking weak. A perfectionist feels that they are never enough. They are driven by self criticism. They already beat themselves up before anyone shares anything, any negative feedback about them. The narcissist has a huge wall between themselves and any kind of negative feedback. They're protecting their ego, their self image really, really strongly, and they cannot take any negative feedback. They don't allow it. Their ego is so fragile that they don't allow any minor setback or negative feedback. So they are driven not by self criticism, but by self importance. They feel special. That's why entitlement is one of the traits of narcissist. The second difference, and you can actually you use that as a metric in your relationship, is the way that they handle criticism. A perfectionist internalizes the criticism. They work harder. They repeat to themselves, I need to work harder. I'm not good enough. They beat themselves up. You see that they are defeated already by their own self criticism. They even get stuck and paralyzed. However, a narcissist will not take any criticism. They will deflect. They will lash out. They will blame the other person. No, they will say, you're saying that because you are jealous of me, or I behave like that because you made me. So they will deflect and they will turn the blame and the criticism to the other person. So the way that they're handling the criticism says a lot. So think about someone in your life who cannot take feedback without getting defensive. I mean, not only just getting defensive, but actually making it about you, humiliating you when you dare to give them some constructive feedback. Huh? Think about them. Are they narcissists? Do they have narcissistic traits, or they're just insecure? Let me know what you have observed. This social media that we live in makes perfect sense. Why are narcissistic sides, because we all have a little bit of a healthy narcissism, our narcissistic sides are being boosted. Social media fuels both our perfectionism and our narcissism. First of all, because of the perfect selfie culture. Perfectionists really stress over details, and narcissists also seek admiration, and social media is a fertile ground for admiration. The hustle culture that if you're not winning, then you're losing and you have to catch up. You have to be on your A game together with the rest of the perfectionists out there. And also, there's a lot of filters and there's a lot of AI enhanced perfectionism. And that makes people feel insecure and inadequate, which fuels both their perfectionist and narcissistic traits and tendencies. And all these, of course, it's difficult to break because it activates a specific hormone in our brain, dopamine. Dopamine spikes when we get likes and followers and subscribers and people admire us in the comment. All this huge validation that we never had in such an abundance before really makes our dopamine overload our brain, and it's really difficult to break that positive reinforcement that we get. So we really need this external, we get addicted to this external approval. Whether you are a perfectionist or a narcissist, doesn't matter. It's a question for you. Have you ever deleted a post because it didn't get enough likes? Be honest. We've all done that, right? So here's the time for the quiz that I promised, so that you can see whether you are a perfectionist or a highly driven or maybe have narcissistic tendencies. I will ask you 5 quick questions and write down whether your answer is A, B, or C. And then at the end, keep track of how many A's, B's, or C's you have picked. First one, when you make a mistake, your first thought is A, I'm a failure. I should have done it better. B, mistakes happen. I'm learning from this. C, this wasn't my fault. Somebody else messed up. Second question, when someone criticizes you, A, you obsess over it and you try to prove them wrong. B, you consider their perspective and decide whether it's valid or not. C, you get defensive and dismiss them as jealous. 3, what motivates you the most? A, fear of failure. B, passion for what you do. C, a desire to be liked and admired and recognized. 4, how do you feel about other people's successes? A, I need to work harder to be as good as them. B, I'm happy for them and I can learn from them. C, they don't deserve it as much as I do. 5, when things don't go as planned. A, you feel like you've let yourself down. B, you adjust and find another way. C, you blame external factors and reasons. If you have answered mostly A's, then you or this person lean towards perfectionism and might need to practice a little bit more self compassion. If mostly B's, then you're highly driven and have a healthy balance. If mostly C's, well, you show some narcissistic traits and you might struggle with accepting faults and imperfection. Whatever was your style, it doesn't matter. Look at the results. And because all human beings are work in progress, let's work together so that we can bring more healthy perfectionism in our life. Let's see the side of us that we all have, the narcissistic side of us, and let's see how we can grow more empathy, how we can include other people in our life, and how we can maybe lower the part of ourselves that seeks so much for admiration. You can find this quiz in the comments so that you can do it at your own time, or you can share it with more people in your network. I hope that this video was useful. Hit like and subscribe for my next deep dive video into mental health and mindset shifts. Thank you for watching. Until next video, have a good day.